My name is Lori Hooker, and I'm a certification project manager at QAI. I'm going to talk about annual organic certification. When farms, livestock producers, or food facilities want to get organic certified, what they'll do is they contact QAI, and that begins the process. They're going to have an application for their certification, and then they're going to have what we call the organic compliance plan. I like to call it the cliff notes of what the NOP or CORE or EU is going to require of them to be certified organic. And so it's several pages that basically take them through what it takes for their facility to be certified. The application, the organic compliance plan, are the main parts of the application. And then other things that they will fill out. If they're a farmer, they're going to talk to us, write documents about what seeds they use, what inputs they use, what kind of compost, where they're getting their livestock, if they're livestock. If you're processing food, you'll give your recipes as well as labels and supplier documents so that we know that those things were grown organically. Once all of that comes in to QAI, then that's where we really start our work. What we do is review all of your application, and we want to make sure it's complete. Not just so it's complete, but also so we can help you avoid any non-compliances in the upcoming audit. And that's when you get to meet someone like myself, which is your certification project manager. And that's the person that's going to be your go-to throughout your entire organic cycle. So what I'll do is send an email to you saying, we've reviewed your application and we have a few more questions or a few more documents that we need. And once that's done, you'll have a complete application, and that's when we arrange an auditor to set up an audit with you. When you have your very first audit, the inspector that'll work with you will be selected depending upon his or her experience and your facility. So if you're a coffee roaster, we want to make sure that they understand roasting. If you work with poultry on a farm, we want to make sure they've got that kind of farm experience. Once the inspector contacts you, they'll arrange a date for you. They'll receive all the paperwork so they can become versed in your organic facility. They'll give you an idea of how long that'll take. Often it's a full day audit. They'll walk through your farm, they'll walk through your facility. They're looking at the compliance plan that you've given them, and they'll be asking questions of you about that. You know, how do you protect the food from pest control materials? How do you make sure it's not commingled with food that's not organic? They'll look at traceability. How are you able to trace this organic food all the way from the source all the way to your sales? Another thing is called an InOut Balance, and so rather than traceability of product there, it's basically we're making sure that if you've received this much, say, organic wheat to make your flour, is that the same amount of organic product that you're selling? Really, the auditor and QAI's job is to certify that you're following the organic plan. When the auditor is complete, he or she will go through the inspection report with you. And then what they'll do is they'll send that inspection report to QAI. We've got a team of trained reviewers that'll go through that inspection report, and what they'll do is create an inspection letter for you. And in that letter they'll ask for anything that was possibly not available at the audit or unclear. If there's anything at your facility that was non-compliant to the NOP, or we need more information to learn how you are compliant to the NOP, that will be included in the inspection letter. After the reviewer creates that letter, that's when you get to hear from your CPM again, your certification manager. We'll send the inspection letter, and in the letter it'll be very specific about what the inspector noted and what things we might need from you, whether they're documents or an explanation of a process. It'll always reference the standard that we're asking about. In your letter you'll have anywhere from a 30-day point that says we need you to respond within this time, and there'll be other points that you just need to do before the next cycle. So you send your responses in to your CPM. There's a good amount of back and forth sometimes in those responses. You might send something in and the CPM says this needs a little more. So that's a process. The whole thing is a process. Once that's done, and the CPM is reviewed and says, you know, this looks to be complete, they package it all and give it to the final reviewers. Now those reviewers are people who have been in the industry for quite a while. And they'll go through the final stuff and they'll say, yep, check, check, check. And that's the good news. That's when you get your certificate and your organic summary of all your products listed. And you can use that document now and sell your organic products out in the industry.